Hi, everybody. Stuart Stevens here. I just wanted to talk briefly about this extraordinarily depressing spectacle today in these Senate hearings with a true American hero, Anthony Fauci. You know, the degradation of the Senate in the Trump years, what these Republican senators have done, really, you think, well, that's it. They can't get any lower. They're going to, they're going to nominate and endorse Pete Exit. They're going to go with, a former junkie who says that heroin worked for him. He used to snort coke off toilet seats and brag about it and doesn't really believe in the polio vaccine. Let's have him in charge of American health. Yeah, that's a great idea. So today, what this really was a page from two despicable, sad events. First, it was so much like Joe McCarthy. There he is, Joe McCarthy with Roy Cohn, who is, by the way, our current president's hero. It was an absolutely despicable display of here is a man, Anthony Fauci, who has saved millions of lives. And ironically, the more that you watch Fox News, which is to say, the more you are a Republican, the more likely you are to die if you listen to idiots like Rand Paul. I mean, Rand Paul is a second-generation kook. That's kind of interesting in politics. His dad was a kook in the House. This guy's a kook in the Senate. And he has this sort of Jodie Foster obsession with Anthony Fauci. It's really just creepy. Like, this guy needs help. Joe McCarthy, the same thing. I mean, it is really despicable. And the other thing that it really reminded me so much of was the Red Guard in the Cultural Revolution, where students took their professors, their doctors, their lawyers, the intelligentsia, the educated class, and humiliated them in public. And that's what this was about, trying to humiliate Anthony Fauci. You know, there is something to be said that a party gets the leaders it deserves. And who are the leaders of the Republican Party? Donald Trump, this idiot and kook from Kentucky, Rand Paul. And, Anthony Fauci sitting there, 84 years old, being dragged through this spectacle. It's really shameful. And how many relatives did these senators have that Anthony Fauci saved their lives? They don't care. It's sort of this amazing moment where they've not only abandoned their morals, but they've decided that experts are wrong, which is what happened in the Red Guard. They went after the educated class. And somehow this thing that Republicans have decided that higher education is like some sort of on-ramp to socialism. It's just, I think about every time I go to the Ole Miss Alabama game. Yeah, here we are, socialism. It's ridiculous. The only positive news about it is that the Trump base is non-college educated white people who are the fastest declining demographic in America. And in these struggles of the educated versus the non-educated, not only educated, they tend to win this. And that's what's going to happen. So, look, we should all be very thankful that public servants like Anthony Fauci exist. A lot of Americans would be dead if Anthony Fauci hadn't been the man who was trying to bring sensible, scientific solutions to a crisis while this idiot president was talking about shooting up bleach. So tonight, when you go to bed, say a thank you to Anthony Fauci and just ask yourself, has it really come to this? Joe McCarthy and the Red Guard in the U.S. Senate. Wow. All right. See you later.